Ladies and gentlemen, and whatever happens in between, here are my thoughts on Invincible Season 4, Episode 1, so let's get right into it. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm glad that the heroes in this world aren't giving Mark shit, because they are probably the only reason that Mark has decided not to turn on those people. See, now, for the most part, from what I saw in the comics, Oliver starts acting a bit like a prick, but here, he's justified as hell. Good God, I have seen what he looks like in the comics, and they are not doing his image justice. At the very least, his voice actor kills it. So why is Mark struggling against a dinosaur? Never mind, I would like to retract my earlier statement. This scene was done so much better in comparison to the comics, because some of the shit that motherfucker says in the comics, my God, that makes Nolan seem like an angel compared to this shithead. Why is it that the Guardians are only effective when it's against these Sequid? My question for Invincible is, why is he just holding him there and not ripping off the Sequids? Rip them off and keep him under surveillance this time. And there we go, Mark's first body. Dear God, Cecil, you really fucked up this time. Nolan was not kidding about how pure Viltrumite DNA is, because wow, you cannot tell me that when you first saw him, you thought that was Mark. Dear God, like mother like son, like father like son. Wow, I gotta say, despite the animation's quality, the storytelling and music are off the charts, because this montage of Viltrumites dying was hauntingly beautiful. It almost made me feel sad for these fuckers. Almost. Instead of saying, hi, how are you first, it's, nah, kiss him, slam him to the bed, let's get busy. When I first saw this guy, I instantly thought that he was from the Conehead movie, because my God, is he incompetent. This bit throughout the episode, honestly, it kept getting funnier. Jesus, you know the Viltrumites are absolute shit when you realize that if one apologizes, they instantly accept it. And it's not just Space Racer being soft. I mean, look at them. They look at each other and be like, did that just happen? You are so lucky that Nolan is trying to be better, because otherwise, I can almost guarantee you that you would be dead. So let me get this straight. A black hole Nolan could escape from, but this planet filled with barely awake reptiles was able to scratch him fairly easily. This scene was done so well. It showed that Nolan clearly felt emotions towards his father. It was shown earlier in the episode, and now it's really shown that he is beyond infuriated. Man of the hour has appeared. See, now Titan brings up an interesting question here. Since he can't eat or drink, how does he gain, like, energy? Does he plug himself into a battery at night? Because it's clear he was at some point human. If Powerplex saw this, he would have an orgasm, because he was like, I told you, he's evil, blah 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 blah. But yeah, these two having a discussion about when is it okay to kill, even when it's an innocent, it's getting a bit old. Like, some people need to be put into the ground, and other times it is a sacrifice for the greater good. Because, yeah, if one Sequid got out, they'd all be fucked. The more that time progresses, the more I start to dislike Sheepsmith. Like, he's starting to get on my nerves a bit. Now, serious question here. How did the Sequid get into Rudy? I refuse to call him Rex. He is not the glorious goat Rex. He is Rudy. But back to the earlier question. How did it get into Rudy? And if that was the case, do we need to worry about Eve having one of those fuckers in her? Cecil's decision here, I can get behind. It's like, Mark is a Viltrumite. He's the strongest being on the planet. And if he starts going rogue, that's a slippery slope. So if Cecil makes the decisions of being like who kills and who doesn't, Mark doesn't have that easier time and slowly goes down that rabbit hole. Dear God, Sinclair, you've got balls of fucking steel coming after the shit you've done. I know you're trying to make up for it, but god damn, this was stupid. When that music started playing, we all knew what time it was. Now see, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Nolan absolutely destroy the Thraxan home planet? How are they back? I know it would have been like hundreds of thousands or millions of years, but why are they back here? I am so surprised that Nolan didn't try to recruit this guy to kill the Viltrum Empire, because, I mean, do you see him? He regenerates. It's very difficult to put him in the ground. Leave his body on Earth, take him out there, and he'll kill. Yeah, when Mark turned around, we all saw this coming. Titan needed this beatdown. He ain't shit to Invincible. And saying that it's to save my family, that does not mean you get to endanger his like that. This was necessary. And I'm pretty sure if Oliver hadn't stopped him, Titan would be dead. And now we know the cause of Eve's power problem. I've seen a lot of people complain about this episode, how it's filler, not necessary to the plot. I'm like, Yes, it's filler, but it's made by Robert Kirkman. Did anyone have an issue with the filler in Attack on Titan? No, because it did what filler was supposed to do, and it expanded the story. Just like here, it's expanding the story for the better. So shut up and enjoy. The fact that they're all alive kinda removes the feeling like, oh shit, Damien's on his own now sort of thing. It takes away the impact for me. Why would you go back there? Why wouldn't you just try to seal it permanently or destroy it? Don't bring him a male host. Nah, what happens next is on you, honestly. Wow, Mark. Getting therapy advice from demons and from Satan as well. Yikes, you must not be in a good place at all, man. Honestly, learning the fact that, there isn't a heaven, but no one's keeping track of your evil sins, puts him in a more morally grey situation than ever. I found this falling scene a bit longer for my liking. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. It just felt a bit more stretched. I can't be the only one that thought when Satan got his crown back, he was gonna go full evil and try to take over Mark's body or just try to run that fade. God, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting so much more badassery. Not this. Wow, I thought you were so much more badass than this. But you keep getting clapped. What was the point of the power-up if you keep getting clapped? Yeah, this pretty much just confirms that mostly all Viltrumites now are stronger than Satan. Because dear God, that did not seem difficult at all. Who the hell are you, and what have you done with proper William? Because I know that ain't you. I do not like this new voice, I'm sorry. Bring back old William. Would you look at that? Mark's doing tricks in the air again. And is that a smile I see? Oh my God, Mark is smiling. How long has it been since he smiled while he was a superhero? Seriously. Eve, you were so close. You were so close. But nope, now he's getting dragged off to war. And may the war be a glorious sight. Mark, why do you need convincing to help fight the Viltrum Empire? They finished the coalition. They are coming for Earth. They are coming for everyone you love, man. Dear God, Sandra needs an award for this. That scream right there held all the emotions. Sorry, what help did you provide, Oliver? You were just a distraction, and for both Mark and Conquest. Art has the biggest balls throughout the entire series. Imagine seeing a massive killer just come up to you and be like, "Want to have a couple beers?" He isn't freaking running away, nah. He just complains about what he's wearing and takes him up on his offer. Then he tells him that, nah, he's not going to do a suit because I do suits for heroes. Throughout that entire interaction, he was holding in that level of fright. Changed Tech Jacket's gender to try and ship her with Oliver. That is not going to work. He isn't attracted to humans. Great, they made more Viltrumites have a belly. Lovely. Oh my God, when I saw this, I was screaming deja vu, because guess what? Deja vu, deja vu, deja vu, deja vu! This fight here also kind of shows how much stronger Mark's got, because when they first met, Luke had held him down with a finger. Now Mark's like low-tiffing him. I definitely didn't expect Conquest to be that much of a sadistic arsehole, damn! Dear God, this rematch was everything we've been hoping for. Cause look at how gruesome this is, Jesus! That voice acting is impeccable this episode! This is without a doubt the best episode of Invincible so far. I like Nolan's decision to give Conquest a burial and a funeral, because despite the fact that they're on opposite sides now, he was still a part of the Empire at one point, and this is probably the most respect Conquest has ever gotten from someone, dead or alive. So that's why Oliver's being a prick to Nolan. He pretty much said that his mother was a mistake, and by consequence calling him a mistake. And Nolan, you fucked up there. So seeing how Viltrumites are almost invincible, seeing one get absolutely obliterated so easily, definitely quite humbling for them. Look at Lucan's face right there. That's the face of someone that is knowing fear for the first time. This interaction here made it very clear who the mole was. Hey, glad to see Battle Beast is back in action. Real quick question about Viltrumites and how they work. When they get facially, do they just get it all in one go? Because I don't think I've ever seen Nolan with stubble. Or Mark for that matter. This is when Mark finds out that he finally put Conquest in the ground. Okay, can someone please explain to me why they are reconsidering this war now? Because in case you haven't noticed, you are winning. You have pushed the Viltrum Empire to its knees. Damn, I knew Optimus Prime was glorious, but I did not expect him to just go straight from Mr. Crab like that and beat the crap out of him. Jesus. What does he do? He goes right back to it. Damn. Oh, I did not expect to find the Broly drag here. why all 6 of them are struggling to lift a spaceship when Mark was shown back in Season 1 to stop a asteroid that was bigger than this. Hell, he shouldn't be struggling either. He stopped something the size of Texas. Now we're headed to Viltrum. No, do not tell me he is alive. There is no way he is alive. Don't you... Oh my god. Nice. I'm sorry, Thetis was the most ruthless? What did that area do to him to make him seem peaceful? Olin was alive when Argo was? That means he... Oh, he survives the purge as well? Why did Nolan need to go through his adulting day when, you know, he survived this? But I'm a bit surprised we never saw an interaction between Battle Beast and Mark after, you know, he almost killed Mark last time. Oliver is being everyone from the previous episode because no one expected him to be like this. He's just standing there, menacingly. Yeah, after this episode, Thrag just got everyone's respect. And you cannot tell me that when he punches, you did not feel that. God damn. Nolan's burning up on impact, people. Jesus. The build-up on this punch, that is something straight out of a power system. What the fuck was that? And now he's revealed that the second strongest Viltrumite is dead. No! And here's that god tier impact frame. This scene was so humbling. This is the weakest we've ever seen Omni-Man, and it's a holy shit on how unstoppable that man is. Fuck. And now they've gone to Earth. I could have easily decided to do this if he wanted to. And best part is, who gonna stop him? When I first saw this, I was like, oh shit, is this real? Oh fuck, what is happening? Cause damn, warnings and PTSD of war is a bitch. This was definitely done better here than in the comics. Eve, thick now. Despite Cecil's powerlessness, this dude has got the biggest fucking balls in the entire series. Yeah, Mark is going through it this episode. Not only is he still suffering from war and PTSD, but now we found out that he put his girlfriend through an incredibly difficult decision of the abortion. God, he's honestly a saint in this series. Cecil, you were talking a lot of shit just before, especially for one who kept Conquest alive. And just as Mark was finally being happy-ish and seeing that they're safe, look who decides to just start aura farming. We get it, Thrag. We see the fit. Motorbikes, cigarettes, denim jeans. Oh yeah, he's never going back. He's enjoying this way too much. The episode's name does this justice, cause what do you mean you leave it off with the Scourge virus? Why? See you next season, but come on!